Good morning, children. Today we will just start the human physiology, the digestive system, the mechanism of digestion, and physiology of the digestion, and digested food, how it is absorbed into the system. Okay. First, what is meant by digestion? Everybody will have their own food, and every time whatever we will have the food and how it is digested, and the digested food materials are absorbed into the body, we will see now, right? Digestion is a physiological process where conversion of macro food molecules into micro food molecules. For example, for our convenience, we will have rice. Understand, right? How this rice will get converted into glucose. Actual mechanism takes place in presence of an enzymes. Right? We will call it as digestion. How this digestion takes place? In presence of digestive system. So that we need to understand what is meant by digestive system. The system one which involved in digestion called the digestive system. System involved in digestion. It includes two major parts. Number one, alimentary canal. Alimentary canal and digestive glands. Understand, right? Alimentary canal includes n number of parts. We will start from the beginning. See, for example, the alimentary canal starts with two lips, two lips, and sides which is opened by the cheeks, and inside the oral cavity we have base of the oral cavity is made up of mucous membrane, and that opposite to it we have a bony palate. So in this oral cavity, the floor of this oral cavity is composed of a muscular tongue, and is responsible for many functions. And I'll just magnify the portion of tongue which contains a outgrowth called a papillae. Outgrowths called papillae. Say where, which includes the taste buds are there. And we have again taste buds are of three different types, but according to syllabus we don't have. So for our convenience, I am just explaining like circumvallate papillae, fungiform papillae, and filiform papillae. It is not there in the syllabus. We don't want to discuss much about it. So you should know what is meant by taste buds. So the tongue, or we will also call it as lingua, one and the same. Lingua, one and the same. Functions of this is very important. You know that tongue is responsible for speech and also recognition of this taste, and also responsible for swallowing and also responsible for mastication, one the same. Swallowing is nothing but deglutition, that we will need to understand in later concepts. We will just study about it. So this is about the hand. So in oral cavity, the food is mechanically digested by means of the teeth, and teeth are present on the jaws of the oral cavity. Upper jaw is permanent and the lower jaw we have mobile. Well, so these two jaws which contains a teeth called dentition. The arrangement of teeth on jaws called dentition. I think in 2018 paper we have the dentition in adults and also the milk teeth we have. We will discuss later on. Dentition basically in human beings, it's a diffeodont. Diffeodont type of teeth they contain, or they will get it 2 times teeth in their lifetime. 2 times. First one we have the milk teeth, and it is replaced by the permanent teeth. Permanent teeth. So that it is called diffeodont type of teeth. And human teeth is heterodont type of teeth. What is meant by hetero? Means different. Heterodont type of teeth. That means it includes incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Usually whatever this front teeth we have, 4 ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, 4 ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, that's what we call it as incisors, represented by eye. Canines, ಕೋರೆ ಹಲ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು, that we will call it as the canines. C only, not CA. Premolars, PM ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. So first ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹಲ್ಲನ್ನು ನಾವು premolars ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, followed by the molars. At last ನಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟೀತ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಲ್ವಾ, 30 years ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವರೆಗೂ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮೋಲಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಈಸ್ so human teeth is thecodont type of teeth. Thecodont type of teeth. 2018 paper will give the same thing. I will repeat later on. You just observe. So usually, imagine if it is a jaw. In this jaw, we have a sockets are like this. Sockets ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಆ ಸಾಕೆಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಟೀತ್ ಎಂಬೆಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, the teeth are embedded inside the socket of the teeth called the thecodont type of teeth. Thecodont type of teeth. 18 paper or maybe 17 paper ಎರಡನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Human teeth are on ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು heterodont, thecodont. And also we have diffeodont. ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಅವನ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೆಟೆರೋಡಾಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಥೀಕೋಡಾಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಡಿಫಿಯೋಡಾಂಟ್ ಬದಲು ಎನಿ ಜುವಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. 4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೇ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So that we need to be careful about it, and while attending the answers, so we need to understand the what exactly meaning of this. Meaning ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ವೆಲ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇನ್ಸಿಸರ್ಸ್, ಕೆನೈನ್ಸ್, ಪ್ರಿಮೋಲಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೋಲಾರ್ಸ್ divided by same thing, incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Meaning to say that half of the jaw ತಗೋತೀರಿ ನಾವು, upper jaw as well as lower jaw. upper jaw ಅಲ್ಲಿ incisors total ನಮಗೆ upper jaw ಅಲ್ಲಿ 4 incisors ಇರುತ್ತೆ. half ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ we will get it only 2. incisors are 2. canines ಕೋರೆ ಹಲ್ಲು ಮೇಲೆ ದೌಡೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. 1. premolars ದೌಡೆ ಹಲ್ಲು, premolars, that is again 2. last ಅಲ್ಲಿ molars ದೌಡೆ ಹಲ್ಲು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದನ್ನ 3 ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. incisors, canines, premolars, molars again by incisors, canines, premolars and molars. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾವು ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೀತ್ ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಡೆಂಟಿಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. 2 1 2 5 plus 3 8 plus 8 16 into 2 half ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಗೆ 16 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 32 ಫಾರ್ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ. ಬಟ್ 2016 ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ನೀಟ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಮಗು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಡೆಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ 20 ಟೀತ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇತ್ತು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಂತ? ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಹುಡ್ ಏಜ್, ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳಿ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಆರ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ here 2102 by 2102. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಮೋಲಾರ್ಸ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಲಾರ್ಸ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಮೋಲಾರ್ಸ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಮೋಲಾರ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಮೋಲಾರ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಮೋಲಾರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. 212 5 plus 5 10 10 into 2 20. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು 20. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ childhood age dental formula dalli total number of teeth are present is 20. So oral cavity we just explained about a simple concept, tongue and the jaws. Again we have the floor is covered by the mucous membrane. In that or on that the lingua or tongue is present and it contains the papillae or outgrowths called the papillae, and base of this papillae we have taste buds. There are 3 different types of taste buds. Again we have to discuss much about it, followed by their functions. See, palate, floor of this is occupied by the mucous membrane, simple thing, followed by the cheeks. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಈ what is this, the alimentary canal types ಬರ್ದಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದೆ. ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, I'll continue this. The oral cavity I think we finished. We will go to the next part of the alimentary canal is the pharynx. Usually a pharynx is a small portion present between the esophagus and the oral cavity, still which plays a significant role. Please try to understand. Pharynx plays a significant role in the digestive system. We come to this, the pharynx now. See, the oral cavity agide, and then a small portion of it is called the pharynx. which connects both the respiratory system as well as the digestive system called the pharynx. Simple ಒಂದೇ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ pharynx is a common passage for both food as well as the air. Nothing but the digestive system as well as the respiratory system. Everybody knows that. Even ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡವರು, ಊಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಡ ನೀನು, ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ನೋಸ್ ಇಟ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್. Practically speaking, biologically speaking, what happens if while having food, if you speaks, not only food, while drinking also, try to understand. ನೀರು ಕುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕೆಮ್ಮು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That means the water enters into the respiratory tract. Or while having food, if you speak, whatever the food grains are there, which will try to enter into the respiratory system, that's all. It will not allow enter completely inside the respiratory system, but we will get that cough. That means whatever the food which enters inside the respiratory tract, which will come out. So that is guarded by the uvula. You just see a small muscular flap is there. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿರುನಾಲಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. That uvula which actually prevents the entry of air into the pharynx while having the food materials. That means which will close our muscular flap, which close the respiratory tract while swallowing the food materials. If you speak, it will get opens. So that we need not to speak much about it while having the food. Adhe dodoru helta irtare, but biologically we need to give the clarity what exactly happens during that particular time. Well, now I need to explain only that the pharynx region, we can see the uvula. It's actually not there in the syllabus again, but in our daily lives we will feel everything, so that we are discussing about it. You just write only the common passage for both food and air. It's more than enough. It's a small portion. Our next part of this alimentary canal is the pharynx. Well, now followed by the esophagus. I'll just extend this digestive system diagram ಆಗಿ extend ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ alimentary canal ನ. ಇದು ನಾವು esophagus ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Esophagus is a muscular pipe commonly called the food pipe. As we know that in oral cavity, mastication or the physical grinding of this food material takes place by means of teeth and also mixes with the saliva. These two are actually like a slurry like things are formed, and also the mucus like things are formed called the bolus. Enters into the esophagus. You just try to understand esophagus is traveling from the neck region into or next to the pharynx into completely travels through the chest region or thoracic cavity region and enters into or connected to a sac-like structure or bag-like structure called the stomach. Right? It's around approximately 22 centimeters long. Esophagus and muscular, made up of smooth muscles and made up of 4 different layers. We will discuss later on that. So this esophagus actually like whatever this bolus or food materials are half grinded or mechanically grinded enters into this esophagus, and that swallowing process is somewhat different here. Once we just swallow the food materials, example, ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ತಿಂತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಟೀಚರ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಬಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನುಂಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ more amount of food materials once you just swallow, what exactly happens? That's what I need to explain. So these food materials are enters into this pharynx, into this the stomach through the esophagus, which moves in the form of peristaltic movement. Andre esophagus aliro like lumen size ginta food materials ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಾಗ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಡ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ? ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ ರೀಚಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಪೆರಿಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಟಿಕ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ದಿಸ್, ಪೆರಿಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಟಿಕ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. The movement of food materials travels through the esophagus into the stomach called peristaltic movement. Idenne ನಾವು food pipe ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, made up of 4 different layers, right? That we need to understand in that the small intestine ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ, right? Pharynx ಆಯ್ತು, esophagus ಆಯ್ತು. It's a muscular pipe, travels through the thoracic cavity and connects to the stomach. Now whatever this food is enters through the esophagus, reaches to the stomach. So stomach is a sac like a bag shaped structure, or textbook alli mention madidare capital J shaped antanu mention madidare. Nothing wrong, whatever you want you go on, no problem. But textbooks alli irodunna keltare competitively nodkolli. So it's a temporarily whatever these food materials are there temporarily stored in the stomach. Try to understand. It clearly mentioned in the diagram in textbook. We have the parts of this stomach. We have the fundus, fundus, cardiac stomach, body of the stomach, and we have the pyloric stomach. Pyloric stomach. Be careful about it. While giving parts to the stomach, we should know the sequence. Number 1 should be the fundus, 2 cardiac, 3 body, and 4 pyloric stomach, where whatever this food materials enters into the stomach through the esophagus, we have a sphincter. For example, like 2-year-old boy or 3-year-old boy or girl, whatever it may be the kid, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೊ ಪಲ್ಟಿ ಹೊಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಬಟ್ ಫುಡ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ತಿಂದಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವನ್ ನೀವು ಅದೇ ಥರ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡು ದ ಸೇಮ್. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಫುಡ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ರೈಟ್, ಬಟ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಫುಡ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪಿಂಕ್ಟರ್. ಸ್ಪಿಂಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಅಂತ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್, and completely the structure of these things are different. Mechanical things ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಪಿಂಕ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಒನ್ ವಿಚ್ ರೀಚ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಫ್ಲೋನ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಸ್ಪಿಂಕ್ಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ರೋ esophageal sphincter. Gastroesophageal sphincter, which avoids the backflow of food materials from stomach to the oral cavity through the esophagus due to gastroesophageal sphincter, which avoids the backflow called regurgitation. ಆ ವರ್ಡ್ನೆ ನಾವು regurgitation ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. That means which avoids the entry of or backflow of food materials from the stomach into the oral cavity. We call it as the sphincter. I think you understood. Well, stomach which contains a mucous membrane. The outgrowth, many foldings of this mucous membrane called the rugae. Rugae ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. That rugae which includes outgrowths ನಾವು rugae ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದು. That outgrowths of this which contains 3 different types of cells. It is there in the textbook. Mucosa, neck cells, very important, ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ mucosa, neck cells, and second one we have peptic cells, that we also call it as the chief cells, and third one we have the parietal cells. Parietal cells are also called as oxyntic cells. Very important. The rugae is nothing but the mucous membrane have the many foldings called the rugae or outgrowths of this mucous membrane called the rugae. It includes 3 different types of cells called mucosa, neck cells, peptic cells or chief cells, parietal cells or oxyntic cells, which secretes different types of chemical constituents in the stomach. Right? Example, mucosa cells secretes mucus. Peptic cells are chief cells which secretes enzymes like pepsinogen is in the form of inactive form of pepsin. That means it secretes enzyme in the body. Peptic cells are chief cells. And parietal cells are oxyntic cells which secretes concentrated HCl and also secretes intrinsic factor. Very important thing. And this intrinsic factor helps in absorption of vitamin B12. Frequent ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ. ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು. ಬಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ವೈಸ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಟಚ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, pepsinogen is secreted from which cells of the stomach or mucosa or rugae ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. And concentrated HCl is secreted from which cells of the stomach. I think you all aware of it. ನೀವು ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಫುಡ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಇವನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋರಾಗಿರಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ರೀಸನ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 10 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನೀವು ತಿಂಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 10 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹಸುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ದಟ್? ಹೌ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಹಂಗ್ರಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಸೆಕ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ HCl ಆನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ. So that to avoid the secretion of concentrated HCl, the same time we need to have the food materials. ಅದೇ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಫುಡ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹಸು ಅನಿಸಬಾರ್ದು. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಅನಿಸಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್. If you complete having that food materials, it's well and good. Otherwise, which damages the alimentary canal or specifically the stomach. ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಾ, ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬಿಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ. ಇವನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ HCl. ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋದು, ಫುಡ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಆಗದೆ ಇರೋದು, ಪೆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಆರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ, ಅದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು, ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ HCl? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಟೀಚರ್ that the what is the pH of 1.6 and its effect? ಕೆಲವು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1.2 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1.6 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Be careful about it. And you mentioned. So this concentrated HCl is pH is 1.6. Is very harmful, like acid which secretes in the stomach. And in terms of digestion, concentrated HCl. Example, ನಾನು ಬಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಚಿಕ್ಕಿ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಚಿಕ್ಕಿ ನಾನು ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹಂಗೆ ನುಂಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಕಳೆ ಬೀಜ ಹಂಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. How it is digested? Once which reacts with the concentrated HCl, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆರಳಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ HCl ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಟ್ಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಬರೀ ಮೂಳೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ನೆಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ HCl. ಓಕೆ, and also secretes in-citric factor, very very important thing, which helps in absorption of vitamin B12 in the stomach. Are you all clear? So till that stomach we just started, whatever the food material enters into the stomach is completely filled and temporarily stored, this food material, and mixes with the concentrated HCl. Please try to understand. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಗೇನ್ ದ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಓರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿ, ಸ್ಟಮಕ್, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾನು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಪೆಪ್ಸಿನೋಜನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ HCl ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ intestine we will start explaining from mind. See you all. Thank you.